South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Welcome back again to our broadcast. Thank you for telling me there was no audio there. We finally got that fixed. 12-7 ball game. Thanks again for joining us here for the broadcast. Serve across by the Mustangs. McAllen with a high set, and that's off the block. Back over on the Mustang side. Silva on the set, gets it off the net. Diving play for a moment, but a point, McAllen Memorial. Back and forth with these teams. I wouldn't expect either to run away from the other. Surprising that Mackay was able to jump out to that lead. They really brought it early on. Spike across, sails out of bounds, and Memorial now back to within 3. Both teams enjoyed the ability to edge out and control the lead throughout pool play as this one carries into the net. Another point for Memorial. Fans watching on Facebook, let me know if the sound is correct, and I'm pretty sure it is. Serve across by Trevino. A line drive serve, carries out of bounds. And a point to the McAllen Bulldogs. And they go back up by 3. Ada Sadlier back in the ball game. Timeout for moisture on the floor back there on the Mackay side. Lady Bulldogs just serve it up. Haiti Moore back at the service line, gets it across. Played by the Mustangs off the net. Set it up this time to Marburger. Gets it across, down and in for the point. Marburger on the kill. Thank you, Daniel Zamora, for checking in. I muted it while I was testing something earlier on. Just forgot to punch a button. Serve across by the Mustangs. Across, played by the Bulldogs. A high set on a back set. That's blocked back at you, and a point to the Mustangs and McAllen Memorial. 1-point game. After trailing early, McAllen Memorial now will serve for the tie. A lot of contact of the net. Point Mackay. 14-12 game. Lady Bulldogs rotate back Helmkamp back to the service line. Jump serve across with some pace, and that carries out of bounds. Point to the Mustangs of McAllen Memorial. They'll substitute in as Evelyn Whitworth checks in the game. Whitworth had a good run through the front row on her first rotation through. Here comes the hit by the Bulldogs. That's out of bounds. Too strong on the kill by Selena Signs, and we are tied. 14-14 here in game one of the championship game of this gold bracket. Line drive serve. Gonzalez there to return it. Back set, right back for Signs. Off the block. Point Mac High. Signs delivers on the kill. 1 point lead for the McAllen Bulldogs. Selena Signs back to serve. Big hit attempt that time by Whitworth, and that carries out of bounds, or does it? They're checking with the back judge. They're going to call that out. Serve across. Mustangs on the attack. Get it over on the Bulldog side. Off the net this time. They'll go for the back row. Played back there. Sofia Villarreal able to dig that. Whitworth on the kill attempt. Diving play kept alive by Signs on that back row. Mustangs attack again. Right side. And pounded away by Sydney Marburger. Marburger was eerily quiet when we were watching pool play yesterday. Brought the house with that hit. Back to action we go. Mustangs. Whitworth this time in the net. Mac High back up by 3 here in game one. Substitution rotating off the bench for either team. Both coaches fully confident in players coming off that bench to produce. Sabrina Garza back to the service line. Jump serve across. Talamentes can't return it. A point Mac High. They're up by 4. That had some extreme momentum behind that serve. This time on the return of serve. Back set to Whitworth. Block back at you. Mustangs trying to attack. Second hit over. Diving play kept alive. Another great play by Signs on that back row. Whitworth. No, this time it's going to be Ramirez, and gets the point for the Mustangs. It's a 3-point game. Demi Banks rotates back to serve. Banks to put it into play with a jump serve. On a jump set, how about that? Off the net it goes. Mustangs trying to return it, nothing doing. That's as tough a set as you'll see. That's momentum carrying you out of bounds and then spinning in midair to put that ball right on the money for the kill. Jump set this time for the Mustangs, and down it goes as at the front line, Jocelyn Fernandez with the kill. 3-point game. Mustangs trailing, they'll serve. Macy Henderson back in the ball game. This Memorial team, we saw them earlier this year in our first broadcast of the year. Billy Watson over at Mission Veterans carried their win at the home of the Lady Patriots. Silva goes cross court. That's out of bounds. Point Mac High. Silva spotted the angle. Just carried it a little too far. Lexi Gonzalez back to serve for McAllen. Gonzalez, a right-handed server. Jump serve across. High jump set for Fernandez. Got it over. Dug up that time by Helmkamp. On the back set, Moore puts it across the net. Silva now gets it past the blockers. McAllen recovers to get it over on the Memorial side. Jump set. Fernandez off the block, but in the net called. Point Mac High. Well, that was right there for Jocelyn Fernandez. Momentum carried her just ever so slightly into the net. Bulldogs serve again. Gonzalez, deep serve. Talamantes on the return. Henderson back there. Now Silva. Gonzalez on the pass. The set by Garza. The hit by Moore. Back on the Mackay side. This time they'll set up Signs. Got it off the block. Got the point. Mackay up by 6. 23-17. Timeout called by Memorial. Back after this.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, check out this 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT. This car is loaded with a leather interior, satellite radio, Bluetooth, and it's yours today for zero money down and $175 a month. That's right, no money down. Drive away today, just $175 a month. Or feel the power of this 2016 Dodge Challenger. This includes the RT Scat Pack, includes navigation, satellite radio, a reverse camera, an Alpine stereo system. Practically new with just 31,000 miles, powered by a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi engine. This today on the lot at $33,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Back here after a timeout called by the Lady Mustangs. McAllen's Lexi Gonzalez returns to the service line. Gets it across. Pass punched over on the second hit, and they'll call a lift. And a point awarded to Mackay. And that was a quick whistle. And now the Lady Bulldogs poised to take game one. Better return to serve this time. A high set by Marburger. Silva attacks the block. Back at you, point. Mackay wins game one, 25-17. The biggest hitter they had on the front row that time, Silva, was challenged, and the front row wall defense comes into play. McAllen wins game one. Game two of the championship game of the gold bracket on the Poundfest 2019 volleyball tournament from McAllen continues after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together.
Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here as we are awaiting the start of game two here in this best of 5 series. Scoreboard says best of 3, but we had a little mix up on the scoreboards that were set up, so we'll run with this one. We'll try to get you up to speed on our games 3, 4, and 5 if we get down that far. Right now, McAllen, after winning game 1, over on the sidelines talking to Over Memorial, trying to regroup. Again, neither team has lost yet on the season. Somebody's going down for a first time, and it's going to be a good team that beats them and a good team that falls, regardless of the outcome here. We'll be back. First serve, game 2 after this.
How to add the VTX1 app to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1 Channel 1 and exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future.
we awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices. No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Back here on Rio Sports Live, our thanks again to the multiple athletes and cheerleaders and fans that are participating now more in our You're Watching Rio Sports Live coverage. We'll have more and more of those on during our broadcast. We welcome you back here as game 2 gets set. Lady Bulldogs took the first one. Before we start game 2, the check on the rotation on the Memorial side. Meanwhile, Mac High over there, you see Lexi Gonzalez and company taking care of business in game 1. Our thanks to David Gonzalez, that's Lexi's dad, who's helping me with the camera. I appreciate him and the Booster Club for assisting us in our broadcast here today. I got over here a little undermanned. It's one of my cameramen couldn't make this trip. My wife Dahlia's back at the store, making sure Forever Memories is operating, keeping the bills paid. Serve across and away we go. Game 2, Bulldogs on the attack, and point number 1 belongs to Mac High. Bulldogs thundering another hit from that right side. Now they'll send back Selena Signs to serve. Signs gets it across. Good pass on the back row. They'll get it to Whitworth, tips it over the blockers, and that's a point, ties it at 1 apiece. Whitworth saw a ton of room between the back row and front. Easy placement on that to get the point. Sydney Marburger back to serve for McAllen Memorial. Jump serve across. Played up high, a back set for Gonzalez on the angle, got the point for Mac High. 2-1 ball game. Gonzalez serves it across. So check that, that's Garza on the serve. That goes in the net. A point scored for the Mustangs of McAllen Memorial. It's kind of how game 1 went. It went back and forth. Each team right there, staying close. And then McAllen went on a surge. Cynthia, this is a best of 5. I know our scoreboard says best of 3, but this is a best of 5 on this championship game. Back set for the Bulldogs, played by the Mustangs. Whitworth tips it over, played by Mac High. Gonzalez gets it over, and that's a point for Mac High. .3-2 ball game. McAllen will substitute in the game as Maddie Garza checks in. Another point for the Bulldogs. They go up 4-2. That one awarded to the Mustangs. Both teams playing back and forth on this one. Makes it a 5-3 game. Served by Gonzalez across. Up high on a back set for the Mustangs. They'll get that across. Bulldogs there to play that. Gonzalez gets it over. High set, tipped over. Played by the Bulldogs. Gonzalez on the kill and the back corner, that's in. 6-3 is Gonzalez with a pinpoint placement there of that one. Makes it a 6-3 game. Mustangs get that over. High tip, that's a tough angle, and a kill is down by 80 Moore. Moore showing the ability to adjust in the air and able to get that one down for the point for Mac High. They now have a 4-point lead. That serve sails out of bounds. Memorial's been playing catch up throughout game 1 and now into game 2. And now the Lady Mustangs will try to mount some offense. Jump serve by Trevino. Played by the Bulldogs. Quick set to Moore. Punches that up in the air. Mustangs on the attack. Silva can't get it over, and a point awarded to Mackay. Bulldogs will be in action on Tuesday. They'll be traveling to Brownsville to play at Rivera. Got them on the schedule as one of our broadcast games for Tuesday. That's a tip across by Demi Banks and an easy point for McAllen Memorial. Serve across for the Mustangs. Played by the Bulldogs, a high set in the center, and Signs put it away. In the net called as well. Point to Mackay, they're up 4. Ball up high. McAllen will play it to Signs again. Hammers that away. Talamintes is there to dig that for the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. Silva tried to tip it past the blockers. Nothing doing. You can see normally Silva is just in outright attack mode. Right now she is trying to be aware of where the blockers are as she approaches. Serve across is a good one. Played by the Bulldogs. Sadlier hammered that off the block. Played by the Mustangs, they'll get it over. Good play by McAllen. Now looking for the back row, that goes out of bounds. Points scored for McAllen Memorial. 9-7 game. Deep serve played by the Bulldogs. Back row set this time for Gonzalez. Good dig by Talamintes. Whitworth unleashes. Gonzalez there to dig that. Now here's Signs. Whitworth digs that. It's up in the bleacher or the rafters. Across, that's blocked off of Marburger. What a play by Talamintes to keep it alive. Ball continues on the rally and a point for Mac High. Well, there was outright effort on both sides that time. Bulldogs able to gain that point. It's those kind of rallies that when you win those kind of points, if you didn't have momentum, you certainly gained some with a play like that. Bulldogs. That ball goes out of bounds. Bulldogs up 11-7. Serve across. Played by the Mustangs, set up Silva. Punched it over the blockers. Makes it an 11-8 game. Sydney Marburger back to serve. Marburger puts it in play. Back row will play that for the Bulldogs. Mustangs on the attack again. Second hit over, diving play kept alive by Helmkamp. Here's Gonzalez, down point, Mac High. Helmkamp with a save, and then Lexi Gonzalez with the kill. Timeout called by McAllen Memorial. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Back after this.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Back here as we take a look at the McAllen Memorial Lady Mustangs. Staying in the huddle, extended during this timeout. They fell in game one, 25-17, and don't want to fall down 2 games to none here at the home of the McAllen Lady Bulldogs. Mac High, though, already, they jumped out right after that timeout. It was a quick in and out. Garza serves it up. Quick set this time. That's blocked back at you at the net. Ball still alive, and a point for Mac High. A couple of players there were caught off guard on the McAllen Memorial side. Asked you if that ball was still in play or not. Bulldogs serve it up again. And an ace served up out of the timeout. Back-to-back points for Mac High. Bulldogs up by 6. Garza to serve. Mustangs play that on a back set to Whitworth. That's blocked. It goes out of bounds. And they'll call that 4 hits on Memorial as they say that caromed off the net. So now a 7-point lead for Mac High. Garza serves it up. They'll race back and get to that ball. This is off the net, spiked across by Ramirez. Here comes Gonzalez. Good dig this time by the Mustangs. Set it up Whitworth on the angle. Got the point. Whitworth on the kill. Short serve by Telementez. A back set for Gonzalez for the Bulldogs. Count that. Off the curl to the right side. 7-point game. Bulldogs back to serve. Is Maddie Garza. Garza puts it across. That's out of bounds as it carries over the back line. Service error opens the door a bit for McAllen Memorial. It also allows Natalie Silva to return to the game. Back in Macy Henderson to serve. Down by 6 as Henderson serves it up. They've produced a lot of points with her at the service line. There's one, ace. 16-11. She caught him off guard with an off-pace serve. Kind of like a change-up in baseball. You're sitting back waiting for the fastball, and then the 70-mile-an-hour change comes at you. Down it goes. That's a hammer for Mac High. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. Anytime you can get those kills that go straight down, there just is no block attack on that. Banks tips it just over the blockers, gets a point for McAllen Memorial. 17-12 game. Bulldogs playing that one. Cross on the Memorial side. Good dig that time by the Bulldogs. That's at the net. Challenge there. Won by the Memorial Mustangs as Natalie Silva gets the block. Points scored for Mac High. 4-point game. Bulldogs to serve again. Trevino puts it into play. Deep serve. Signs keeps it alive. Back row, here's Gonzalez. Talamantes, look at that diving play to keep that one alive. Here's Silva. Back row there to cover that for Mac High. Set up Signs off the block. Point Mac High. Signs coming right at you with that one. 5-point lead for McAllen. Moore serves it over. Mustangs center set. Banks puts it away. Four-point game. Serve across, played by the Bulldogs. Back set this time. Spike off the block, played by the Mustangs. Set it up, here's Silva again, and she puts it down with a big emphasis. Silva, the first time through, may have struggled on the line. Finding her place this time around, making a statement. High set this time center. Fernandez tips that past the blockers. Memorial with some momentum. 2-point game. Back to serve. Once again, Demi Banks puts it across. Short serve. Good pass, center set. Signs pounds away on that one. Return by the Mustangs, they'll play it over. Good chance here. Set it up high, Signs again off the block. Punch in the air by Trevino. Marburger sets up Banks off the back row. Played across on the Mac High side. Right side, played across. Diving play made by the Mustangs. Tipped over. Bulldogs keep this one alive. Gonzalez, short hit over from the back row, finds the spot. Lexi Gonzalez showing that vision again, being able to spot openings in the defense even when she's setting on the back row. Serve across, played by the Mustangs up near the net. Tipped across by Fernandez. Here comes Gonzalez, back row. Trevino there to dig that. Marburger on the second hit, tried to get it over, nothing doing in the net. Points scored for Mac High. They lead by 4, and they win the race to 20 in this game to 25. This is the best of 5, and this is game 2. Serve across. High set by Trevino. Fernandez, that's off the net, nothing doing. Mac High, Signs. Good dig that time on the back row by Henderson. Henderson has to get it over, free hit. Gonzalez the pass. The set this time by Helmkamp, and the smash by the Bulldogs, played by the Mustangs. Right back at you, here they come on the attack. Gonzalez off the net. Talamantes dives to keep that one alive. Tipped over by Silva. Long rally here, important point. Signs gets it over the blockers. Talamantes is there. Henderson makes a play. Mustangs get it over again. Back on the attack. Here are the Bulldogs, and the whistle blows. 2 hits called. Memorial scores the point. Just outright hustle by that defense for the Mustangs. All back over. Point Mac High. 4-point lead for McAllen. Rotating back to the service line as Selena Signs. Signs to serve this up for McAllen. Just gets it over the net. Talamantes right there again. This is Silva off the block. Point McAllen Memorial. 3-point game. Sydney Marburger travels back to serve. They've been playing catch up all game though, the Mustangs. As Memorial looking up the entire time against this Mac High team. Serve across, With some pace, they'll set it up high for Gonzalez, and she hammers it down. Lexi Gonzalez straight down the floor. Timeout called by the Mustangs. McAllen won game one, and Lexi Gonzalez feeling it. Back after this.
Here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Back here, we resume play. McAllen Memorial on the attack. Fernandez gets it over. Gonzalez keeps it alive. Bulldogs place it over on the Memorial side, and a point. Nobody on the back corner that time to cover that for McAllen Memorial. 5-point lead. More importantly for McAllen, 2 points away from a Game 2 win. Strong serve. Serve to the back. Marburger with a back set. Sets up Whitworth. Over on the Mackay side, attacking right back at you. That's off the block. Played over by the Mustangs. Bulldogs able to cover that. Challenge at the net. Won by the Mustangs, but they'll get in the net. Point Mackay. And man, Bianca Ramirez had a chance. She knew that was right there in her wheelhouse to deliver. Just grazed the net. 6-point game. Fernandez off the block, hammers that. It goes out of bounds. Point Memorial. That's one way to attack the blockers if you have the strength to pull that off. Serve across. Here come the Bulldogs looking for the win. That's off the net. Played by Talamentes. Marburger sets it up. Banks off the block. Played by McAllen. Ball at the net. Punched in the air by Marburger. Talamentes is there. Back row punches it over. That's Villarreal. Here's Gonzalez looking for the win. Villarreal back there to dig that. Marburger sets it up. Whitworth, angle, and out of bounds it goes. Mackay wins Game 2. 25-19. Lady Bulldogs win that one. And are your champions. It is a best of 3. They decided to go with the best of 3 here in this one. And they'll make their way over to the side. And there's your champions of the 2019 Poundfest. The McAllen Lady Bulldogs are the winners here, as they sweep McAllen Memorial 25-17, 25-19. The notes we had said this was going to be a 5-game set. Knowing they're going to play each other many times this year, that's probably what the ruling was. We'll just get this over in 3. That's going to do it for our broadcasting of the McAllen Poundfest 2019. I do appreciate all you fans that joined in on our broadcast. We reached the post-game show. We want to remind you we've got the Donna Tournament Championship game, which should be starting up right now. Billy Watson over there to broadcast that one. Our next broadcast will come your way here with System 1 on Tuesday, as we've got a couple of locations spotted to do our broadcast. One will be at Los Fresnos. We know that. Nikki Rowe at Los Fresnos. And we're also looking at Brownsville Rivera hosting this Mac High team. Bulldogs are the champions. They award the trophy out, and they put the medals on the players. Our thanks again to David Gonzalez for assisting us on the camera throughout the day. Terrific work on a volunteer basis. It was that or sell candy bars, he said. And so he took the camera. He's like, I'd rather be up here. And so he took care of business. Thanks again for joining us for our broadcast. Until next time, from McAllen, Poundfest 2019 is history, and your champions are the Bulldogs of Mac High. Good night.